Welcome back. Hey. Okay. I'm glad it was only plant matter. That's much better. She's making her own lip gloss and makeup. Kinda neat. Man, we're way uphill from the water. I wanted to go jump in the water. Check for life. Oh, then we gotta climb all the way back up this hill. Oh, shallow water. Leg breaker. Two. Oh, no, 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 no. I breached the surface. Oh, come on with that. The way things despawn when you... Underwater things despawn when you hit air. Even for a second. Well, this is not a very pleasant planet after all. Yeah, I would advise scanning water creatures from deep water so you have less risk of hitting the surface by accident. Oh, that's a funny looking thing. You hungry? You hungry? Maybe I got a milk bone. Stop hiding in the plant. We want to check you out. Come on.
Well, what do we have here? You must
Metsis, welcome aboard. Thank you for the follow. Chronic, I don't know if you're still out there, but I think one of the answers Frantic gave to a question helped me understand earlier when we were talking about why people weren't marking things, why there were systems discovered without the planets in them discovered, stuff like that. Hold that thought. Metsis says, thanks, howdy chat. How is everyone? Hopefully good. Hopefully good. Our base computer finally wake back up. Hope you're well out there. We could, well, we're in no rush to go back to the base computer. So, what, no Leviathans? I have yet to see a Loch Ness Monster. I think what Frantic said was you don't bother scanning anything anymore, right? Unless you're being paid for it. Well, both of you are billionaires in game. And along with being extremely wealthy and feeling like little stuff is beneath you, yeah, why would I stop and scan everything? What am I getting for scanning all that stuff? I guess it could get to that point with what seems to me like the larger, more obvious discoveries. Like, all right, I'm gonna upload that planet and some of the stuff on it. Why would someone just pass through a system and do nothing else there? Well, some obvious reasons, but just in general, yeah, okay, I get it. You don't want to take the time to scan everything. You can't be bothered. So be it. I just wish I could see drops from, what's it called? Hex cores. Hey, I got it. Hex cores. I wish I could see some hex cores dropping somewhere outside of that system. I take your confirmation that they have. I believe that. I just haven't seen it in my game, and that'll be a good thing when it happens. Alright, this planet's just yuck. That would be accurate. Mid to late game is when your playstyle change. So much for a lost blue world. It was kind of murky. I mean, in daytime we could see the weird plants, but weird growths. Dead. Nah. Let's jump somewhere else. Okay, we've gone, what have we gone to today? Blue, and we go red or green this time. I don't think I've even been to a red star yet. Is there anything unique about red stars? It was the easiest engine type to make, right? Chromatic metal and... Now, if we're looking for anomalous planets that are just cool, we don't care about systems which are inhabited, have space stations, have trade outposts, then we could check something like this out. It's red, and it has at least 6 planets. I don't see any moons. Who knows what's there? The, Chronic, I can't blame you trying to get those glyphs where they need to be. Have you figured out if they fixed it for you today? Have you confirmed that they did not? Let's see. Very high chance for uncharted systems. Low chance for inhabited systems. Highest chance for exotic planets. Average chance for lush planets. Pretzel twist, little mini pretzel bits. Chronic, that sucks, man. Put a save editor, fix your glyphs. Sorry, PS4. Sorry, man, I did it again. I did it again. Yay, for memories. I'm not trying to torture you, man. I just slipped. Too much input. It's a cool looking world. Here. Arctic planet. Okay. Oh, damn. Reticle scanning system. Hold still. A glassy planet. There, now we're talking. Let's go check out the glassy planet. Marilyn Alpha. While we're here in a nice position. Radioactive. See that? We see. And there's one hiding back there. You scan it through the rings. Forsaken. So Forsaken is not on the anomaly list, right? Forsaken. So Doomed is. Forsaken sounds like Doomed. Do we want to check out Forsaken as well? Very borked. Let's see. We want to move around. I figure out where the sun's at without. It's a blue sun. It's not all that bright. Is it on the behind one of those planets? Are we eclipsed right now? I think Forsaken is just airless. Okay, I was wondering. Well, Sea Star, if you see travelers. Sorry for munching and speaking, but if you see travelers on space stations. Yes! Oh, I've been waiting to land on one of these. Yes. Icy planet. Yeah. Hey, Crunchward. Yes, indeed. Yeah, look at those things. Memories of frost is the weather. Resources. No fauna.
Message for you, Commander. Just came in over a secure channel.
Hey, Crunchward. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for your sub. Support. Cheers. Heck yeah. Well, that was most kind. Rocket bowl. They look like giant blackberries. Big kind of do, and some of them are huge. Can we land on them? A good start. Ow! Well, yes. You can also hurt yourself on them. Oh, that's a bit trippy. They're not mineable, right? Just...
Technology recharge.
Suppose you can. What the one I'm standing on? No? Nothing! Ow. May as well. If we pick up another ship sometime, if I get a large, medium, or a large fighter, I'm going to want to put hyperdrives in it. Hyperdrive mods. And we'll need some more cadmium and a Merrill.
Technology recharge.
I suppose I could look up. I have not yet gone looking online for glyph codes for any systems with any particular ships or weapons. I know they're out there. Chronic, you've talked about it. You've got a list. That's why you're going crazy on your glyph codes. Because you know what you want and that it's out there, and that if you could get your glyphs fixed, you could go there and get it. Maybe that's how I should track down a fighter. I don't mind waiting. I mean, I say that. I get worked up. It's like, yeah, I want to find a fighter. And I don't mind waiting, on one hand. And then there's the possibility that we don't have to wait.
Units received. Units received.
I hear ya. I hear ya. Stubborn I be. And sometimes it's quite a fault, but I don't know. I'm variable when it comes to games, and especially when it comes to things we're doing on Twitch. I don't always go with my first instincts, or try. You just get the stuff with portal codes, doesn't that kind of defeat the purpose of the game? Well, I think it's up to the individual player whether it does or not. It does if it defeats the purpose for you, and it doesn't if it doesn't defeat the purpose for you. So, I don't think there's a universal answer to that. I hate to hit the middle road with that one, but I've got to. Yeah, it's very subjective. Depends on what you're playing the game for and what you get out of it. I only discovered the game when Woo gave it to me a month ago, and I've now put in about 200 hours in the past month. I could just kind of live in this world, and you know, simple pleasures. And yet, I don't think it would ruin the game for me. I might be a little torn, or might even regret the decision, but now if all I did was just build up a collection, yeah, if I just looked things up and went shopping for them, and it would feel different. But I can understand wanting a couple things and not being able to find them for a long time, and then going, all right, I want to get that thing, and I can get that thing. I can go here and I can get that thing. I'm gonna go there and get it. Well, that makes sense to me too. All right, should we drop, since this system is uncharted, it's not terribly exciting here with the glass planet, but should I drop a base computer just so we have a glass base? I don't need to find a special spot for it. If we were really gonna build a base, we would want to pick a spot. I don't think we're gonna build a base here. Or even, I guess if we ever come back here, we'll need to build a teleporter to get out, or it'll be, you know, we'll just be warping somewhere else in exploration. But if I want to come back to a glass planet, let's at least claim it, mark it, then we can pop back here and put a teleporter if we want. I don't really get the sense that we need anything from this system. I just wanted to check out some anomaly planets, find some cool looking planets. As cool as they are, if there's no animal life, and there's no... It's not just that there's no economy, but if there's no structures that go with an economy, it is beautiful and barren. I could see myself wandering one of these worlds for a while. Or likely off stream, you know, just wander and kind of enjoy how it looks really cool, fly around on it for a while. They're pretty barren. That's okay. Nice scenery for a certain kind of base though, right? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I've not really gotten into building yet, but I imagine myself building all sorts of glass domed bases in different places. So you could be inside looking out, and yeah, bases in high places and surrounded by water, and at some point. So I'm starting to put down more base computers, but mostly not in well-picked spots. I put a few down in carefully chosen spots. I might want to build a base. I'm putting others down just because I want to mark the planet and come back there. Like, we could just call this glass base for now, so you know what's there. Base building's your new favorite thing? Well, when I'm done maxing out inventory, when I've found a couple of the ship types I'm looking for, I mean in particular a large fighter, and I want to get that all decked out. When funds are available after that, we really start to get into base building. Not that we necessarily need funds, we can mine and build, but I don't know, I want to clear my headspace of some other things before I really sit down and try to build a base. And I don't know what the heck I want to build anyways. That's probably the main holdup. And apparently future community events will reward more base building parts. Huh. Well, that'll be neat. They could keep adding stuff, and then that would be some good incentive to take part, even if they are fetch quests. Yeah, 100 million. Hit 100 million for the first time today. But since some of you in chat are billionaires, it just doesn't feel like as much as it might have. When we get to 200 deuterium, I don't know why deuterium has been. We should make it. We should make it. Is it working now? I don't even have a medium refiner built, but we could build one, or large. And does that work now? I wonder if I have the recipe. we can make deuterium, then we could finally add a pulse spitter to the multi-tool. We can fit 2 more mods, or 2 more weapon types with 3 mods each with the current configuration. Yeah, I'm not worried about it being perfectly optimized for perfect synergy. I think this is pretty good. This looks pretty good. We got our scanner mods. I'm keeping that A class because of the 9,000 fauna, which I had to break and repurchase a few times to get that out of an S class. You're new to the game. Is there PvP or base rating? Frantic answers, not so much, no. There's kind of voluntary, very light voluntary PvP if you're multiplayer, if you're engaged in the multiplayer, right? You can, but it's not a real PvP system, and no, I don't think there's base rating. In fact, people trolling and messing with other bases is one of the things being addressed in patches now and forthcoming. More configuration for sharing and permissions for base stuff, but not because there's a system for attacking people's bases, but because people were trolling people's bases. One nice thing, hey, I gotta recommend a hyperdrive mod here. Let me just throw this out there. Buy an S-Class hyperdrive mod. It's worth it. We've only jumped short jumps here in the past few minutes, but this exotic, which already had a nice hyperdrive range of about 153, I think was its base, 153. This S-Class mod adds 205. And it added more than that, I guess, because of the synergy. You can see we're up to hyperdrive range 483. So we got more than the 205 out of it. But also the warp cell efficiency. You can jump. I didn't break it down, and I'm sure some of you know, but you can jump many more times. You throw in 1 warp cell, and I think you can jump twice off of it, or maybe it's not 2 for 1, but it's worth it. That's just 1 mod. I didn't put 2 or 3 in. 1 mod made a huge difference. And then these are fun. I think it was worth losing the inventory space in the ship. Even though this ship only had 19 slots, I wasn't putting them here. I need my phase beam, and we needed some shielding, some better shielding. So, with that said, let's warp again. Where are we going? Try to find green. Hey, oh, there's green in the foreground. Let's see, zoom out. This thing is really hard for me to tame. How do we get in the other free explore mode? There we go. Okay, it says satisfactory. No, let's go further. I say we can go 400 light years with this drive. Let's go further. Out of jump range. Okay, that's too far. 430. Balanced. Let's fly around here. 466. Let's take a look. 6 planets. Green system. Let's see what's there. Region, Kicken Spur. 466 light years. How's that for a jump? That's my longest jump yet. It's gotta be. The base jump distance is 100 light years. So even with a ship that only does 100 and you add a mod, you're gonna get at least, if you add an S-Class mod, you're gonna end up with 300, roughly. And if you put it in the right slot and you get some synergy out of it, even more. 6 planets here. An infected planet. Infected. Salt, pure ferrite. But, so it says infected. Is that a different? It's not on the anomaly list from the wiki. What would infected be? Because it doesn't look like a toxic planet. Salt, pure ferrite, and emerald. I guess it could be a toxic planet. But is it? Oh no. What about you? Hey. Rocky planet. So that's dry, desert, right? Rocky. Anomalous rocks? Maybe they're anomalous rocks. High temperature planet. Frostbound planet. Okay, 1, 2, what have we scanned here? And there were 6 planets. 3. 4. Already scanned. No. 5. Abandoned. Go around. Bodices. Six planets, no moons. If you want to see something, look for a system with an economy level but no conflict level. How do you mean? Not a low conflict level, but like scratch? None? I don't have a conflict scanner installed, so I don't... They all look like a scratch conflict level to me until I've been there. What are you getting at? Zip not a 0. I'm not very methodically scanning the sky. Just don't need a conflict scanner. So when I get a larger ship, if I get a large fighter with 8 tech slots, what's the max on a large fighter? Is it 8 or 12? Either way, whether it's 8 or 12, at that point I'm going to be very pleased to have enough slots to deck out the ship. Oh man, not being able to find a planet or a moon. Six. 38 plus 8 is a large fighter. Thank you. Yeah. So that's what I want. 38 plus 8. And a large hauler is 48 plus 12. And that's like... Don't get better than that for slots. We got you, didn't we? Not the one, are you? Maybe you are. Hey, maybe you are. Is this number 6? Is number 6? Were you hiding? Hello? Hello, planet? Yes, planet. Oh, scanner nonsense. Stop with your scanner nonsense. Come on, hold still. Hold still. Hold still, scan. Low atmosphere planet. You just checked yours and it's 38 plus 12 for a large fighter? Yes! That's what I want. That's why I want to camp. That's why I was thinking of camping this system that we got sent to for the quest today, because I saw a pretty good looking large fighter. And I want to, in yellow, and I want to see the S-Class. I would totally go for the S-Class.
Product constructed. Product constructed. Product constructed. Technology recharge.
I think the one I saw was a C-Class. I did not want to grab it. If it had been an A, you know what? If it had been an A, I should have grabbed it if I had seen an A, and if I do, I should be prepared to grab it. Good point. I shouldn't be too picky. I can always start with the A. At this point, I'm not desperate for nanites for mods. Let's, we're looking for anomalies, right? Let's jump somewhere else. Boner. Troublesome boner. I'm sorry, that's actually, my sky. You could get off my lawn, please. That would be great. That infected planet is chromatic. It is? It is? It is. Then let's check out the infected planet. Okay, maybe I should pull up a wiki list of infected one. Of the chromatic types as well. One was infected. Capulet. Capulet. So besides, would you say one of the main reasons to check out chromatic planets is because they look cool? As opposed to, so in a system with red, green, or blue stars, the corresponding resources, mineral or cadmium or indium, spawn on every planet in that system, so it wouldn't be resources, right? Do you want to link to the wiki page? Sure. I mean, of course I can dig it up too, but I'll be that guy.
Hostile scan
Says
detected.
yeah. Please. Purely for aesthetics, as far as you know, biome.
Warning. Threat detected. Hostile ships approaching.
Isn't that the one I had was exotic? The one you linked me? Maybe I didn't scroll around on it enough. Is there a section there for chromatic? I didn't see infected on the part of the list I had up. My phase beam beats your infra knife.
Hostile ships defeated.
Cool, cool, cool. Ew. Juliet Capulet. Capulet. Yeah, also, you check your hours. I bet you're okay on hours. Once you're past 15, 1-5, the bot should have you marked as a regular. Unless that stuff's not working, the command to add regulars was not working for me the other day. Mega exotic. Bubbles? Nice. Yeah, I'm forever blowing bubbles. What happens when we collide? I'm sure we're gonna bounce. No? Nice. We can just float right through the bubbles. Regulars can post links. Yes. Yes, yes. Yeah, give it a go. Worst that'll happen is it'll eat the link. Okay, so try checking hours. Yeah, try checking your hours or use the chaos command just to see where you're at. There you go. So it's almost there. Now it used to work that hey, it didn't work the other day. It worked today. Okay, the regular add command worked today. Now you're marked. You're good. You're good. You're not here for a good time, but you're here for a long time. Oh. Winds of glass. E. Brunsky, hey. What's up? Occasional resources, no fauna. Lots of bubbles. Happens when I... You're just there. Chronic, you up for driving? Shotgun. Yes. Yeah, I do. And it's mostly an archive for the streams here. And Lamia does most of the work, and it is a lot of work to get everything cut up and uploaded there, and marked and tagged and sorted and playlisted and thumbnailed. Please make sure to thank Lamia sometime when you see her for keeping the YouTube running smooth. Thank you out there. Still, I think you're asleep, but you swear. If you get us pulled over, man. Yeah, Rage, Bubble Planet. I stuck in the different hyperdrives today so we could go to some weird systems. Find some exotic, chromatic, bubble planet. Yeah, we found a bubble planet. How you doing, Rage? Those bubbles are mighty trippy. Some of them are mighty big. Could I be a bubble? Yeah, right back at you, man. You're doing all right. Yes! Yeah! Nice work. Nice work, driver man. Didn't even get pulled over. Emerald. Don't really need more, but we're here. There's Emerald sitting right there. What if we were all bubbles, Jay, in a bubble world? I think we are. I think this is all the proof we need right here. I don't need any more. That's it. I'm sold. True believer. Told you, Jay. You see, if you had... There are just some things I can never believe.
Technology recharge.
Hey man, there's no straight in space, okay? It's just like space everywhere. So, like, what's a straight line, man? All we are is dust in the wind, dude. It's too bad we can't find salvage tech in uncharted systems. Mind blown. Too bad it's all the way at the end of the list. Takes too long to get here. Wish you could pin that. I want a shortcut. I want to shortcut that. Alright, well, not that we're actually going to build a base here, but same thing applies. I want to come back. If we want to see bubbles, we need a bubble base. At least the potential. We can always map out a real spot if we wanted one. Most useful gesture ever. Spoilers, you can't go talking about the end of the game of life, man. Not supposed to talk about the end of the game of life. It's supposed to be a surprise. When you die at the end, that's supposed to be a surprise. Spoilers. Can't unsee. This isn't glass base, this is bubble base. Bubble base. Why am I not just dropping teleporters here anyways? We really should. It makes sense to drop a teleporter next to these bases. Because if we ever do use these bases, if we just warp here, it's going to be so much easier to warp out. And I may or may not have an ion battery or want to make it, whatever. I'm being lazy thinking that it'll matter. It doesn't matter. Make teleporters later. I'm a little surprised how easy they made teleporters to make, how cheap they made teleporters. A battery and some cobalt, and you can warp anywhere in the galaxy. With a one battery and some cobalt. That's it. You can warp anywhere in the galaxy. Well, why do we need all this other shit? If we're fucking MacGyver with a battery and some cobalt, and we can make a transporter out of battery and some cobalt, then why are we messing around with all this other stuff? Can't we just, like, transcend space and time ourselves? Can't we just... To make a chair in your base, you need a star silk? Why, Sean? Why? Wait, to make a chair in your base, you need star silk. I don't even know what star silk is or is made from, but that sounds unfair. Alright, now we're gonna warp somewhere. Just ascend J and everything will be fine. Just let Atlas rapture you. It'll be fine. So I don't suppose there's there's really no reason to go looking for cool systems with cool planets with economies. I just do. Like, a ship, you know, there's no better likelihood of finding cool exotics, right? Or is there? I guess I should make a question out of it. Is there a better chance of finding, like, rare... Are the squid models more rare than the other exotics? Do they only spawn in certain systems? Do they have a greater likelihood of spawning in systems with abnormal stars? Captain Frantic. Well, run the experiment. You can confirm that too much stew is actually a... yeah, is a thing. Much stew, huh? I don't know about too much stew, but just some sounds good. Naxarig Void. Well, we can jump really far, so let's look out a few hundred light years. Booming. What is it here? Yellow star? Might just be a yellow star. Viking, a bunch of planets. Moves us to another region of space to poke around in. Let's do it. I know it's not an exotic system, but... Stew is in soup with chunks. Yeah, Sea Star, did you find a good spot a comfortable spot next to a charger? And do you have a drink? Stable conflict level. Too bad. 6 planets, nano construction. Wait, is that a blue star after all? No, uranium, copper, no indium. Colors are weird in space. An empty planet. 2. Forsaken planet. Oh, we're striking out here. That's 3. What do you think? Frosty? Verdant. Well, we gotta go to Point Etha. Gotta check out the verdant worlds. Hit up the space station first, too. If we can grab any decent missions that overlap. Radioactive world. Oh, shit. Reticles off. Nice system. Nice system. Okay, hold. Hold. Wait. Wait. Scan. Don't move. Don't move. Sub-Zero. Space, no one can hear you. Color. Space, do you even color? Alright, the gray planet, the monochrome planet was really cool. Rage, are you still there? By chance you came in during the bubble planet. I'd never seen a bubble planet. I'd also never seen a monochrome planet. We dropped a base computer on a monochrome planet if you want to check that out. Or maybe you've seen one. But literally, the planet is monochrome with only a little bit of color bleeding through. Something really red, like a node of condensed carbon. You could see a little bit of color. It would be slightly red. But otherwise, yeah, it's like the black and white planet. How sweet is that? Do I even want mods? What am I looking for here? Looking for an underwater mod? Not... Are there even S-Class underwater mods? I have a memory of one, and I've seen A's. There was a B, but... Hey, medium fighter. Medium fighter with decent... Not really what I'm looking for, but... fighter. I think at this point, now that I can afford it, I'd like to jump right to a large fighter. Skip right over medium. But if I found a kick-ass medium fighter, I would go to that. Hello, Traveler. Seastar, you were asking about glyphs before, graves. If you see travelers on space stations, ask them where they came from for 100 nanites. That's who will give you locations to the graves. You can find them randomly. You can just run into graves out there, but the travelers will each give you one location. Land-dwelling creature for nanites, you bet. Photo underwater creature for nanites, you bet. Scan 7 creatures for nanites, yes please. And scan 7 creatures for nanites. Why yes, thank you for the overlapping missions. How kind. Okay. Land. We were chatting. No. Let's see if we can get directions out of Jom. Trading post, sweet. Now those are your kind of missions. I hear ya. I've been learning because I had to make thousands and thousands of nanites to replace all the mods I had in my small fighter to deck out the exotic. Hey, that's not a bad looking medium. Let's see, 3 round jets, 4 square. How would you, what do you call that wing pattern? And it is blue with a barrel body. So if I saw an S-class, that's a rather trim looking medium. Pretty neat. You've been converting all the platinum you get to nanites, meaning you find missions that request that you source platinum? Or what do you mean? What's the best way to get nanites? Doing mission board missions for nanites is probably one of the best ways to get nanites quick. If you don't mind dogfighting, then you can take them. Wait, there's 2 of them. This one's slightly better. 28 plus 5. I'm not going to buy a medium 28 plus 5, but if I saw an S-class, I might grab it. If you cook platinum, it turns into nanites. Huh. Well, I did not know that. You can get nanites by cooking platinum. But for me, Seastar, it's been the mission boards. The ones to take photos are really easy. Take a photo on an airless world. Take a photo of an underwater creature. Take a photo of something on land. Sometimes kill a predator. I don't like the ones where you have to kill a bunch of creatures, but if it's kill a predator, it's usually just kill 1 or kill 2. So there's a lot of mission board missions for 1 to 300 nanites. Not that hard to get a lot built up that way. That's a good name. Price of Freedom. Shuttle, the price of freedom. It's a cool looking little shuttle. I like the little shuttle art. A bunch of them. Well, there's an S-class small fighter. I'm trying to get used to this. It's almost like the cockpit of a Y-wing in Star Wars. Is that, you say that's a fair comparison? And I didn't really like that cockpit style at first, but it's kind of growing on me. The system has a few neat ships in it. Yeah, the little shuttles are so easy to fly around. They don't bump into anything. It's low profile, and yeah, neat little shuttle. Oh, the Y-wing's gone. Tiny hitbox too. Would you say that makes them better, potentially better in a dogfight? When they're being shot at, are they harder to hit? Or is it Not really work that way when NPCs are shooting at you. Is that the Verdant World? Yes, the graves on the Verdant World. Thank you, that's a match. Potentially, okay. Chronic says an easy one to do C-Star is the kill sentinels. You can stack them, so if you pick 8 or 9 of them up at once, like hop from system to system, just go teleporters, start at the end of the list and just go one system to another, check all the mission boards. And Chronic's suggesting you pick up the sentinel, kill sentinel missions, because those are usually for nanites. And then wait till you've picked up a bunch of them, and then go kill some sentinels. And you'll get credit for all of them at once. You can come back and pick up a couple thousand nanites, depending on how many missions you pick up at once. Good advice.
Technology recharge.
Yeah, I really like the way this exotic looks. I don't really like that it has such a big, bulky body, and they all do. All the exotics are rather large bodies, and some of them with the huge wings, which looks so cool. And I want another one, but I also flying them's a whole different story. You can't fly them too close to the ground if they're dipping 100 feet down off your ship. Verdant World. Check the grave, jump in the water. Check the grave, jump in the water. Chronic, does anybody know about the Atlas thing? What thing? Thing that's supposed to happen, or a bug, or what Atlas thing? I don't know much. I've only visited a couple stations.
Units received.
Superheated drizzle, typical resources, typical sentinels. How typical. Pretty. Green grass. Oh, you said it earlier, you'll repost the Atlas thing going up. Did the Atlas move to the center of the galaxy for the event, or are you tripping? I went to at least one Atlas station today that was only one jump away from where I was. So when you say the Atlas, I think there are still Atlas stations all around. I was very pleased I was able to jump to an Atlas station and it had not already been discovered by some other player. Small pleasures. I don't know if it's because I'm hunting exotic systems, planets. The buried tech modules seem less plentiful today. Could be my imagination, or it could be related to the patch and the event, but more likely, and I'm hoping, coincidence. It's just systems I'm on, and systems and planets. Well, they really got a thing for pineapples when they were making this game, huh? Pineapples and penises and various hentai monsters. Dislikes bright colors. Lives on planet with bright colors. Hey, Dr. Tosh. How you holding up, man? Hope you're doing all right. Guess it's midweek. You must be busy as ever. good to see you. So close to the end, you can smell it. Ah, lay it out again. The dates. What are the relevant dates coming up? Free physicals for everyone. Dr. Tosh graduates. Yes, redeemable certificates can be printed out on the following website. Just click here, enter your social security number, date of birth, and home address, phone number, and mother's maiden name, and Chronic, like what you're getting at is there was one like 2 jumps away from you last time you were on. Just a sec. A minute ago, it's gone now, pathing you to the center. I don't. It may have changed, but I don't think it's moved to the center because I'm 600,000 light years from the center and there are Atlas stations near me. So whatever's going on, double! Still no hex cores popping out. No hex cores popping out for me. Alright, but the buried tech doesn't seem... This planet seems like a normal distribution of buried tech waypoints. You took your last giant exam last week. You just have to finish your application for next Wednesday. Oh, man. The big exams, it's all done. Do you get results already? Is it a pass-fail? And did you get results already? Where did you go? Where did you go? No results yet. Yeah, I hope it's not too early for a little bit of congratulations, but I know you're hanging on to. Celebrations will be forthcoming. Sure.
Units received.
So after this stream, I'm gonna go back to that system from the quest, the one that's just filled with combuis from other players. And I'm gonna check 2 things. I'm gonna see if the hex cores will drop for me there, and I'm gonna see if I can stock an S-class version of that ship that we saw. So that may be near impossible because after seeing that, one, no other ships were landing at all. The trade posts were abandoned, and the station was abandoned, and really nobody was landing. So I don't even know why I saw that one. It was a fluke. Took pictures of it though, and it wasn't my imagination. Green, taking us through. Shotgun.
Weather warning. Incoming storm.
First storm
Units received.
coming. Hello, Patches.
Units received.
All right. I mean, we've been trying to. Community event was unlocked in the game today, and it's kind of a weird fetch quest. Yeah. All right. How about you, Dr. Tosh? Have to muster some energy so you can write about yourself some more to convince someone to hire you. Tell them to talk to me. I'm sure we can. We can get you hired. Though there might be some unintended consequences of using us as references, but Patches, hope you're doing all right. Ron, what happened here? Yeah, look at that, another one. Nice, nice driving. You guys are on the ball today. You're still trying to make up your mind if you want to buy the game or not? Well, we saw some really cool exotic planets today. We saw the bubble planet and the weird glass structure planet.
Levels stabilizing.
Oh, and we got underwater caves here. I do not have my underwater mods. There are underwater caves. No, 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 we're gonna pop out of the water and they're gonna disappear. Ah, it's too shallow. Damn you! Damn yous! Come on, I know the water is shallow. No, 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 no! You're gonna pop, stop! Stop, pop. Come on, stay. Keep your head. No! Stop popping out! Fuck, fuck, fuck. Just, Shallow. Stupid shallow waters. Can't keep your head under the water long enough to scan something that's right in front of you. Can't you just submerge and stay submerged? No, you can't. Because it's not a thing. No. No, no. Stay down. Stay down. Check it out. So I've seen. Look at this. We got like amphibians or some sort of. That was close. Some sort of mammal that decides to get in the water.
Weather update. Storm clearing. Units received.
Bigarnia. DBA Bob, I don't know if you're still out there, but if you are, following up just briefly on some of the messages you sent, maybe you could send me a few more whispers after the stream. Tell me again what you were thinking. I know you mentioned place already and maybe why you're interested in it too. But anyways, I just don't want to forget. So I'm reminding you to remind me to pick up the thread of that at some point. Because even though I may be a shut-in except for going out to see clients and whatever else I'm doing, yeah, I figure something out. Did I even hit up the grave? I don't think I even hit up the grave. Kind of came here for the grave. Parked the ship and... Edberg. With each final death was the paradox, preservation, the directive to morphed into whatever form was violence, made to kill in order to save the We did so. What was necessary, even if it broke our hearts. The fallen traveler's grave is marked by a glyph, an epitaph of some ancient technology. You can multiplayer with it. Yeah, you can team up with a friend to build, to explore. They've added that recently. Glyph 11. Right, 5 more to go.
Units received.
Yeah, they did a major overhaul of the game. Not just a multiplayer patch, they added a huge amount of single player content, lore, quests, systems, changed graphics overhaul, changed a lot of the stellar mechanics, and they actually put it on sale for half price for a few weeks or a month when they released that update. So they've been really good about handling the update. And yeah, that's why it's still full price after a couple of years. They just overhauled the game. Major overhaul. You can see my jetpack. Not a single hex core has dropped since we left. You think it's because I don't have the mission selected? You think it could be like that? Wait, it's... Community research. Do you think if I select it, then the chance... You think the chance will not even be present? Unless the mission's selected? For that? Could they be that evil? Let's see. Salvage tech 4, still no hex cores. We'll grab another couple with the mission selected and see if any hex cores drop. If not, it's going to be really hard to get that cool helmet. So Rage, they opened up one of the community events today. I don't know if you saw that, but community research, so you can get Quicksilver, and they opened up a vendor on Nada and Polo's Anomaly, which sells a few things, including a new helmet, which I can't afford yet, and Mind Blown. And they've sold some, they've got little statues and some new decals, but it looks like they'll have emotes and eventually more ship parts and maybe base parts, not ship parts, base parts. But you need to get these hex cores to trade in for the Quicksilver. And they're supposed to drop anywhere in the galaxy after you do the initial quest. They're supposed to drop anywhere in the galaxy, and they're not. They're not dropping for me. They're not dropping 1 out of 5. They're not even dropping 1 out of 10. They're just not dropping. I will try going back to that other system. If I can farm them there. I'll go farm on planet Arshwhorl.
Units received.
Well, it really doesn't seem like it is gonna drop, so... Since the hex cores aren't dropping, we're basically just farming salvage tech, and I don't even need salvage tech anymore. We've got all the blueprints off the scanner for now. Just selling them for money. Silly. Nice, there's one under. Oh, did you see I just nuked the entire Curious Deposit spawn? Hey, let that be a lesson to you. Terrain manipulators are really dangerous to special POIs. Did you see that? All the Curious Deposits are gone because I took one crack at the ground for the tech module, which did not drop any hex cores. No one left over. Yeah, don't nuke your spawns, people. Looks like something from Big Trouble in Little China. I hear they're making a sequel to. That movie does not need a sequel. Agreed. It doesn't need a thing. Look at that. Wow. Beautiful. Nice. Manufacturing facility. Out of 4 canisters, and you're going for salvage tech? Or did you get them out of boxes? The guy you were playing with earlier was also getting no cores, might be a bug. Nice. Alright, well, it is what it is. It's a buggy game. Whoa, Sea Star! Hey, thank you! From the airport and everything. Ah, it was awful kind. Your boarding should start in about 30 minutes. Finally. Hey, you got to hang out and enjoy some of the stream. I hope it helped pass the time. You're most welcome. Thank you! Catch you on the flip side, Sea Star. Ah, thank you again. Safe travels. So I need to be careful with my plasma launcher. I always needed to be careful with it, but now that it has 3 mods, if I am anywhere near its splash damage, which is 30% larger than it originally was, toast. As much as I like toast, I don't want to be toast. On the other hand, look what it can do to a Robo-Dog. One shot! And that's pretty nice. Alright, get away from the door or I'm dead. Jay's actually using grenades. And I didn't die. And I didn't die. Alright, what does it say? Power something, something coil, something failing. Power something, 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 something high. The facility's production harvest is underway. I can speed up systems by boosting some of the machinery operating below me. What appears to be a power management screen is open on the terminal. You can boost the power core, boost the primary motherboard, or boost the electromagnetic coil. There is a reference to a coil. So let's go with coil. It's the only word that matches that I have translated. Whole thing's about power, we got that. Something with the coil, so we're gonna boost the coil. I don't see any mention of motherboard or a core. Fingers crossed. I retrieve a formula from the operational facility. Cobalt mirror. Wonder if that'll be useful to us. Cobalt mirror.
Nice full power. Low. Technology recharge.
We didn't fly in here. Okay. We have a trade outpost. We did have a trade outpost marked already. Let's go wind down at the, probably here at the trade outpost. I don't know that we'll do really anything else. I gotta get some dinner going on. We've been going almost 6 hours. Tomorrow, today's Thursday, tomorrow. I think we're starting late tomorrow. We'll probably end up with a 4 or 5 hour stream tomorrow, starting a bit late. Unless I'm confusing it with my schedule on Saturday. Schedule's been a little weirder lately. Hey, you're welcome. Captain, you're welcome. Always. Oh. Yeah, this looks like a good place to wind down. I'm gonna hang out and see what ships roll in. if any of the last couple creatures happen to wander by. Colonel, you got a group you're helping in game? If you're not back after it's done, then see you around. I will catch you on the flip side. Yeah, thanks. Colonel, Green, Captain, Sea Star, Chronic, Patches, Rage, Bob, Dr. Tosh. Ah, hey, Green, lurk all you want all the time. It's all good. Even if you're lurking like 100% of the time, that's all good. You're lurking 99% of the time and you pop up to just say hey, that's even better. It's all good. I really shouldn't need to remind anyone, but I mean, I spent a whole year lurking on Twitch and I didn't say a word to anybody, so one thing I'm not gonna hold lurking against anyone. I might wonder if you're there, if you're not popping up, because I don't look at a viewer list hardly ever. So I never really know who's there unless you're chatting. But that's okay. Lurking good. And sometimes I want to lurk, and I'm on this side of the camera, so it's not really an option, but we end up with, what was that shadow? Did I see a really cool shadow? Something taken off. I get really twitchy when I'm watching the ships come in. I hear something land. Ooh, did another one land? Did another one land? What's that? Is it taking off? Is it landing? That is a really weird looking cockpit. Room for another Korvax casing. We'll sell those other effigies. What are we selling? We're selling the salvage tech. Meryl's going up to the freighter. That stuff back in a box. Yeah, those stacks of salvage tech and not one hex core, so it's got to be bugged. Break that down and sell the chlorine. That's going back in a box. Back in a box, going back in a box. Hauler, Explorer, that's a big ass Explorer. Huh, not bad. I don't really like the way they look with the... I wouldn't really want to fly them looking like that. They're kind of cool to look at with those huge... Oh shit, I just missed a large fighter. What was it? I think that was a large fighter that just took off. See, that's why I get twitchy. You don't have to look down very long to... There's that A again. The blue A, 29.5. I would probably grab if it was an S. I'd make it an impulse buy if it was an S.
Message for you, Commander. Just came in over a secure channel.
Holy cow, it says 31 months. Damn. Crash, cheers, man. Thank you. Thank you for all your subs support for so damn long. I hope you're still having a good time, man. Thank you. Cheers to you. Yeah, so the S-Class Large is going to have 12 tech slots.
Bet y'all drinking that wine too, ain't you? You're smoking
Just
them
lurking
tweeds and
away.
everything. Wearing the old clothes all half off your ass. What the hell's going on today?
What the hell's going on today? Good to see you pop up, man. The S-Class version of that would have, what would it be, 29 or 30 slots plus 6? Or would it be plus 8? We established that the large fighter is going to have 12. I think I want to skip over the medium and go to large, but if I saw a nice colored S-Class medium with a good body style, I think I'd grab it. Lurking away. Lurking the night away. Just lurking, lurking, lurking the night away. Might have to change. Yeah, you know, I don't want to. As cool as it is, it doesn't feel right to encourage people to try and double dip like that. And if you do change over, I understand. It's got the cool sub badge and the official Twitch emotes. In the long, absolutely. In the long run, Game Wisp may or may not. I know we've had it for years, but they may or may not work out. I don't want to sit here and say bad things, but I am a little worried about their business model, their functionality. This probably this is not the appropriate forum for it, but they haven't been responding to support requests. They've had weird issues with financial delays, times, and they're not answering questions about that. They're either going through, I wonder what they're going through. So I wonder how reliable that's going to be long term. They've been there for the past few years. I'm not so sure they're going to be there for the next few years. I would be okay with you switching, of course, man. Of course. Not only is it up to you, but I'd be fine with it, of course. You bet. I know those months, it's too bad you can't carry the months over and all that, but it's all good. I gotta take things in stride, especially stuff like that. Good supportive community stuff, man, I'll take that in any flavor. It's, cheers, man. Thinking about it, for watching out and asking too. I'll roll with whatever you do. And that little price of freedom. If I see an S-Class price of freedom, I might have to grab it. Would I fly it? Or would I just keep it in the collection and go, check out my cool little shuttle? Price of freedom. And you would lose 32 months. Well, all good, man. One way or another. We can see that building from here. Can it be unknown? How can it shelter? Just shelter. Oh, you could always sleep on it a little bit, man. We're winding down here. We're gonna wrap here at this outpost, and we'll be back at it tomorrow. Again, I think we're gonna have a late start tomorrow. Check, I may have confused it, but which one's the late start? Is it tomorrow? Is it Saturday, or is it both? Tomorrow is a late start. Saturday, I'm aiming to start at noon on time, whatever that means. And I know the more, oh, look at that. It's a small hauler, S-Class hauler. Micas of Fire. I know that other people who are ship shopping, Chronic, for one example, have different ways of approaching it. Rather than wait for spawns to slowly roll around, save and load. Save, quit, reload. Okay. That might work better. I must concede that probably works better. I just like hanging around, watching the ships come in. Call me Otis. So, for now, I will bid you all good night. Have here. Help! Need resources. Sit down. Over here. Thank you. Yeah. We'll save the mind blown again for tomorrow. Yeah. Thank you, guys. You too, Green. Thank you. Have a good night. Good night, Crash. Good night, Moon. Good night, Stars. Good night, Starship. Good night, crew. See you on the flip side. Cheers, everyone.